So I have this deck of cards, and all of the cards have different images on them. We can start spreading them out a little bit. So what I was hoping that we could do together would be for you to just look through the cards, take your time, and choose one that calls to you, that you don't have to overthink it too much, just something that jumps out. And then I'm going to ask you to tell a story about the card. And I know there are some things written on the cards, but you don't even have to necessarily let that guide your story, although you can if you want to. Just a story about the image, about the person in the image and what's going on in that person's life. Is that clear?
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and just sort of sift through these and see if there's one that appeals to you. The one you choose?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to clear these out of the way. So, a story about this image.
I guess the beggar. A story about the image. I don't know, it looks like this person has a cup of coffee in their lap and they're covering their eyes. And it says, dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. I don't know what that means, but I guess it's like this lady is just a beggar on the street, and it's the winter, and I guess she's probably sad because she's sitting on the street in the winter, so she's covering her eyes. And someone gave her a cup of coffee, but she doesn't really care. She needs so much other stuff. Anyway, it's not really. Just seems kind of sad, pathetic.
So the story of this image, we're just going to do like that so we can just really look at that image. Is that okay? So the story of the image is there's this woman and she's sitting on the street in the winter and she's begging and it's cold and she feels sad and someone's given her a cup of coffee, but she doesn't really care because she needs so many other things.
Yeah. It's like I think she wanted the coffee, but it doesn't really help when you're sitting outside in the winter.
So it doesn't help, and there's just a feeling of sadness.
Yeah. Just kind of helplessness.
Okay.
Not having what she needs.
Okay. So, thank you for telling the story. I wonder whether you could talk a little bit about what drew you to this image.
Well, I guess first it was actually because it said the beggar. Because I guess sometimes I feel like I'm just begging for what I need. Then I guess when I think about the image more, it's something about just being out there in the cold, and all you've got is a cup of coffee. But, and so maybe something about covering up your eyes because you don't want to see the hell that you're living in.
So there's some feelings of identification with that, the figure in that image.
Yeah. You know, the more I think about it.
And are there any like bodily sensations that come up for you or came up for you in telling that story?
I guess just kind of like, I guess I feel frustrated sometimes, like I just want to cover my eyes or...
So wanting to mirror that covering.
Yeah. It's like just don't want to look at the situation I'm in.
Wanting not to look
Yeah.
at your surroundings.
Like I'm just sitting there, kind of helpless.
So the bodily sensations are, wanting to cover, to withdraw and just be still.
Yeah. I got this cup of coffee sitting on my lap, and it doesn't matter because I'm not getting up anyways. I'm not going anywhere. I don't really want it. I don't care that it's there. Even though it's cold. I'm still gonna be cold, even with a cup of coffee. So. That's how it feels for me.
And can you identify any sort of themes from that story in your life? Sounds like you're already sort of starting to mention some themes in your own life. Maybe you can just talk a little bit more about that.
Well, for a little while I was sitting out in the cold, begging.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like a low point. Even though I'm not right now anymore, it's like just kind of, it's hard to forget that feeling.
It's a very literal theme that comes out in this story that connects to your life, your experiences.
Yeah.
And I wonder if there are any more sort of less literal themes that you notice in the story.
I don't know, I guess back to covering my eyes up. It's like sometimes that helps, just to not see the situation I'm in or how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Bring it to a close.
So, thank you for playing along, telling me the story of this woman image, and also especially for sharing some parts of your experience with me.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.